If anyone were to come to me and say, look, I'm just not worried about retirement. I'm sure it's going to be fine. I have a plan for purpose, fulfillment, financially. I've never worried about anything at all. I'd be like, kudos to you. You are the anomaly. Because most people, they're not worried like, am I going to be okay? I mean, there is an extent of that to everyone. But most people are like, look, I want to make sure I don't miss something or look back with regret of, why didn't I spend more time with family or friends? Or how do I make sure I don't die with like 20 million? Because I don't need 20 million, but I also don't want to run out of money. And I feel like that's a hard line to kind of understand. And so the point here of today's episode is really going to be about like why it's natural to be worried and how to plan around that in a way that decreases your anxiety. And that is my goal of this episode. So if you're like, hey, I am that anomaly, I just don't worry because I don't know what to tell you. I feel like I have a good plan. I'm not worried about anything, nothing. Great, this like might not be the episode for you. And I never want to waste someone's time. If you're like, no, I just want to kind of hear your thoughts on it anyways, even if I'm not worried, I'll try to make it entertaining for you. So thank you as always to listening for the early retirement podcast. Bad transition right there, but you're getting the raw transparency here as always. My name is Ari Talbleib. I'm a certified financial planner, and I'm the host of the Early Retirement Podcast. Finally, I am the Chief Growth Officer at Root. What the heck does that mean? Well, my job is to help as many people as possible retire with confidence. And sometimes that means I have to institute a minimum, meaning how many people my advisors can take on in a single month. Sometimes it's regarding an asset minimum. Sometimes it's me going, how do I expand what services look like as an industry? So it's one of the reasons I created this Root Collective, this community that's free, that anyone can go join to go see new ideas about retirement planning, which I'd encourage all of you to join if you're not already in it. And you can see that in the description. That's my job. So please know this should be not construed as one-on-one financial advice. This is for fun, educational, informative purposes only. But yes, I do hope it is informative so that you can make a good decision when it comes to your retirement. Today's episode, why it's natural to be worried and how do you plan around that, was prompted by something someone said in the community. So I'm going to read it aloud. You can see it if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on the podcast app, please keep doing that. And this comes from Hi-Fi, who says, I feel for your client because I'm sort of in the same boat. Now, real quick disclaimer on that. I posted saying, hey, any of you worried about retiring? And if you are, like, what specifically are you worried about? Because I think if we all talk about it publicly and in a really open, transparent manner, other people will go, hey, so I'm not alone. Other people feel this way. So this person says that. I feel for your client. I'm in the same boat. I'm 45 years old, entering recreational employment. Recreational employment is the phrase I made up instead of what a lot of people will call the FIRE movement, which is financial independence, retire early, where people are getting multiple jobs, sacrificing health, all to try to retire at 35, and they don't know what they want to do with the rest of their life. I believe in recreational employment. Are you working because you want to or because you have to? Great. If it turns out it's because you want to, keep doing it. If it's because you have to, when could that possibly stop? Okay, no more interruptions. Let's finish this point here. Many of my colleagues have left this portion of the profession to move on to a different area. I have no plans to do so. I live in a rural area that doesn't afford me the luxury of most meetup groups or activities that are available to others. But here's my thought. I'm going to use the drive and mindset that allowed me to run a successful business and become financially independent to fuel a successful retirement, whatever that may be. Yeah, I'm a little worried, but I'm up for the challenge. It is a challenge. It is a fun challenge. It is real life though. And what I mean by that, it's like some of you are like, what do you mean it's not real life? Do you have people saying it's not real life? No. But I do have people that go, well, I'm just going to retire and then it's just going to work out, right? No, it's something you have to be really intentional with and practice because, and I'll do these exercises with my clients. I'll go, okay, so you want to retire. Where? I don't know, maybe Hawaii. I go, great. What are you going to do? They're like, well, I'm going to have time with family and friends. And that's what I'm so excited. And then I have clients that go, I'm going to play golf. And I go, great. Like if you're at your back, what are you going to do? And they're like, I don't know. Like I was going to golf. That's what I put all my marbles in. And I go, well, you could do that, but I also don't want you to all of a sudden go, hey, I feel like I put all my kind of effort and energy into family and friends and like they're busy because I'm retiring so early. Who the heck am I supposed to hang out with? And what am I going to really do? Am I going to have purpose? Some of you are like, OMG, are these real problems? Like just go volunteer. Do you know how many different. Some of you are like listening going, how are people literally bored? Like I have a laundry list of things I want to get to. But this sense of worry I find stems from the financial side. So at first it's like, hey, do I really know I can retire? Which is why I encourage people to, at a minimum, use the software I talk about in that academy, get confidence from an advisor, whether one at Roots or another firm, to go, okay, so financially I've worked through all of that. I'm in a good spot. But what prompted this episode, why I wanted to record it, is because there's a lot of people that financially feel, yeah, I'm in a good spot, but I still am not confident. And I don't know why. Why is it that I could be shown hundreds of graphs and numbers and I have a degree of confidence, but I still don't feel like I can take the leap? Why is that? Well, I'm going to use a personal example and then you'll be able to hopefully take some insight from it. And so when I was proposing, before I proposed, should I say, to Alice is my fiance. We have been together for over 6 years, and I proposed last August, and we're getting married in August, this upcoming August. And I went to a therapist and I said, look, this just feels weird. I know this is my person. I couldn't live life without her. She is my everything. But like, I'm committing for like life here. And so like, is there something I'm missing or overlooking? Like, I don't know, like maybe there's not, and I don't think there is, but like, I just have this feeling, not like it's not my person, but a feeling of like, hey, it's like you're a professional. You talk to people that like get married all the time and people that get divorced, and like, what are the best tips and strategies? And can I just like give you my thoughts so you can give me a gut check as to whether it seems like you think I should do this or if there's something I'm overlooking? And they were like, this is a common case of you trying to have everything figured out. I'm like, well, I am a planner at heart, so I do believe that. And they're like, look, some of this is, and when they said this, they go, some of this is you're not going to know and you got to be comfortable with that. But is this the person that you want to figure it out with? And right when they said that, I said, I'm good, totally good, doing it. It was about a 12-minute call that I paid 50 minutes for. And I was like, more than happy to do it. So the idea here is some of you just might need to go, wow, a lot of other people are also kind of worried, even though financially they're in a good spot. And I just like, my anxieties got lifted because I saw one thing someone said in this community that is making me, for some reason, like more confident. Like I know maybe I shouldn't pay off the mortgage, but like they just talked about how great it is, how much better they sleep when they do pay off the mortgage. And that's been something that I've been debating. Or a common one is, hey, I'm really worried if I travel extensively from 55 to 65, am I going to run out of money because I'm spending so much more at the beginning? Like when markets aren't doing well and I'm also traveling, am I screwing future me later? And the reality is, I'll give you the financial answer, but the reality is, hey, these are the years you have your energy and your health. I want you to spend time doing this. I want you to prioritize those things. I also don't want you mad at me when you're 90 with $20 million going, why didn't you give me confidence that I could have spent more money? So the point here is you're going to go, if you're in the community, and you're going to see what people say about, hey, yep, I'm actually in the community right now, and I actually stopped taking 5 trips when markets weren't doing well, and I instead only took 3 trips because I could see on my portfolio, if I just kept taking 5 trips while markets were going down, it really would have changed how much I could spend the rest of my life. So I'm still traveling, but I'm taking 3, not 5. Some of you might go, wow, that hits, that resonates with me. I get why I would want to take less when markets are doing well, and maybe then I ramp up when markets are doing well. It's about being dynamic. And so some people will come to me, and I've given this example a lot. They'll go, look, I just want you to tell me, am I going to be okay? Just like, will I be able to meet my legacy goals? Tell me I'm not going to run out of money. I'm like, look, I'm sorry, I can't do that, but 1,000 other advisors will. And they're like, why not you? And I'll joke that I'm the meanest advisor. Not really, because I don't want you mad at me retiring too early or too late. And my dad growing up used to say I'm the meanest dad there is, because I would go, hey, why can't I have Cheetos? My friend does. And he'd be like, life isn't fair. Too bad. And so I'm like, look, to all of you guys, hey, life isn't fair in the way of like, not like you're not going to be okay. Most of you watching it, listening, you're going to be okay. You are taking the time to reflect on your retirement plan, and you're choosing to casually listen to this instead of watching some reality TV or other things that I think a lot of that is head trash anyways. But regardless, my point here is I want you to go, wow, I'm not alone. I do see what I'm on track for, and I see what I can manipulate. Like I see my trade-offs. You might go, I really want to take 5 trips per year, no matter what. That's my thing. I'm traveling. And your software might show you, if you're using it correctly, it might go, hey, John, you can do that, but it means you're working one more year. So you're going to work till 56 instead of 55. So whether markets do good or do bad, you can still do your 5 trips a year. Other people are going to be like, I'm more of I'd rather stop working now. And if that means I take a few less trips, fine, because I just don't want to work. Okay, that's you. You're different people, but you can still gather ideas from each other. So I want everyone, hopefully, to take some sort of action from this. And that action can be like, I see when I'm on track very clearly where I will not have to work ever again, using software, working with an advisor, whatever that may be, or going, I'm going to go in this community and learn what other ideas are out there that I don't know. And this could be ideas regarding, I changed my umbrella insurance. I moved my 401k to these investments. I started using this rule of 55. I decided to optimize my withdrawal strategy. Whatever it is, let this be the tough love, meanest dad, whatever analogy you want to take, and take some sort of action. Because if you're just listening to this casually, awesome. But a lot of you guys do listen to this casually, which, look, I love. More people download the show, helps it grow. But my mission is to make sure as many people as possible can retire early, or at least know when it's possible. So if you're casually listening and enjoy it, but not taking action, at a minimum, join the free community so you can see what other ideas are in there. You could be silent. Don't use your real name. Just go in there and kind of look around and be a fly on the wall. And if there's a few ideas you take that really resonate with you, awesome. And if there are some that you think are terrible, you can put those thoughts in there as well. That's this episode. This is not my normal episode of case study, conversion, withdrawal, healthcare. This is like, hey, you're a human. It's okay to be worried. If you were not worried at all, I would be more worried. Because as an advisor, I talk to people. It'd be as if like I went to surgery with a doctor and I just said, hey doc, just, open me up, just go for it. Don't even worry whether it's the right leg, left leg, just go for it. No, obviously not like that. But I would say, look, that would be weird. If I was the surgeon, I'd be like, hey, don't you have more questions for me? Like, don't you want to really make sure you're about to get surgery? Like, yeah, I want to be asked questions. We are given comfort as advisors, at least I am, when someone goes, Ari, I'm really worried. What if I live till like I'm 100? Oh, great, let's plan for that. Oh, by the way, my kid, yeah, they might want to go to grad school. Can we plan for that as well? At a minimum, let's do it. Oh, but also, what if my friends don't retire like at the same time as us, but I still want to travel with them? Can I afford to pay for my friends to come on trips with us as well? Absolutely. Let's see if we can do that. So like go dream to the nth degree and then play around with the trade-offs to go, yeah, I do love my friends, but if that means I have to work 3 more years just to travel with them, they can pay for their own ticket. You might go, no, what am I doing? It turns out me working 1 more year would allow my spouse to have unlimited, whatever, golf trips. Okay, that's something that's valuable. Define what you view as success. Don't let other people go, I'm going to tell you how much you need. You need 2 million. And the biggest head trash that I see is people will go, oh, my neighbor, they have 2 million. We have 3 million. And they say like they're nowhere close to retirement. I feel like maybe we can make it happen, but I don't really know. And so we just feel anxiety. And it's one of those things of, are we going to create havoc? I don't think that's the perfect word either, but havoc on the street of like, oh, they're the retired couple, retired so early, they're going to regret it later because what if they spend too much too soon? I'll have people come to me with those thoughts and conversations. And so all of this is to me just truly to say, hey, you're normal. You're a human. You're not normal. I'm not normal. I'm weird. I am pro weird, by the way. That's going to be one of my t-shirts. I'm going to have cauliflower shirt, pro weird, and then I'll let you guys decide. Let me know in the comments what other shirt do you guys think if I were to say, hey, you can go get some merch, some early retirement merch, what would it look like? Those are the two I'm thinking: cauliflower, pro, weird, and that's it. So obviously I try to keep these fun, entertainment, lighthearted, educational. If you like this style, great, let me know. If you're like, no, I'm more of the technical person, I want a little more hard hitting, hit me with the facts, and awesome. I have way more of those types of videos and I like doing those equally as much. I love doing different types of content, podcasts, videos, live shows. If you're unaware, I do live shows every Wednesday on YouTube. So if you want to check those out, you can even see all the previous live recordings. Those are different than this. This is, 10, 15 minute, here you go. Those are like hour, 2 hours of me going through lots of case studies, lots of terrible jokes in there, which I'll apologize for in advance. I love getting to do them. And that's all I got for you guys today. See you next week.